Memories of rising through the pathways for me was probably pretty challenging at different times. I guess being a female, growing up playing cricket in the country, so I didn't have the luxury of all girls teams. I had to play with and against the boys and sometimes men as well.
There's another blow.
For me, the most important thing was the support network I had around me, both from Queensland Cricket at the time, and then family, friends, local organisations up in Rocky as well, sort of really helped me, I guess, not allow those challenging times to, I guess, push me away from the game.
Shout here, and the finger is raised.
For me, sort of, yeah, there's been probably a few different points in my life where things are sort of, there's been some catalysts to sort of equate to some struggles with my mental health, and some of it, I guess, is cricket related. Other things are probably just general personal experiences that have happened, that sometimes things just get a little bit too much and you can't, I guess, cope with it on your own. Obviously missing selections, or one recent, I guess, is the 2018 T20 World Cup, where I was coming back from a knee injury. I was probably off the back of one of my best pre-seasons ever and broke down just before we went away, and then couldn't break back into the squad, and was so far away from home. And so I guess there were a few different things that probably contributed to it, but I think one of the biggest things for me is being able to talk about it, and feeling like there's a safe space to do that. And I'm really fortunate, really lucky that I have some incredible support around me to be able to do that and feel like I can do that. I guess the stigma around mental health battles or struggles is that it's a weakness, but I sort of see it as one of the strongest forms of bravery. It's one of the bravest things you can ever do.
That haven't necessarily been perfect shots, unlike that one. That is beautifully played by Jonassen.
Dad was a huge part of me playing cricket, and I guess continuing to play cricket. He was probably, I've always described him, I guess, as my fiercest supporter but my strongest critic. There was never that sense of complacency around anything. You sort of always had to work hard for what you got given, sort of thing. Like, nothing was just handed out, and we'd always go down to the nets. When I was young, I sort of felt sorry for him in a way. We sort of ended up being down at the nets for maybe 3 hours a lot of the time. That he'd literally bowl everything. He'd bowl off spin, leg spin, medium pace, and then he'd have a bat, and then I might have another bat. And I mean, he'd be doing that, you think, in the middle of summer in the Rockhampton heat, when it's like touching on 40 degrees. And he never complained. He was a huge part of, I guess, my being, not necessarily me as a cricketer, but as a human as well. And I think, yeah, obviously when he was first diagnosed with cancer a few years back, it sort of took everyone aback a bit that, I mean, he was diagnosed with lung cancer with somebody who had never smoked a cigarette in his life and was very healthy and active, and there was nothing in his life that suggested he should have got something like that. So I guess a lot of us were in denial a little bit, but I guess, yeah, the strength he showed to fight for as long as he did, and to almost defy a few odds in a way that, yeah, he was one of the strongest guys, and someone that, yeah, like, holds a real special place in my heart always.
Because that's good for cricket. Oh, what a feeling. Toyota.